they're pointed towards the Stanley Cup playoffs for the third straight year. They took a big step in that direction on Wednesday night at the Coliseum as they came out flying. 2 quick goals made it 2-0, and the Islanders cruised to a 5-1 win, doing all the things a playoff team needs to do, getting scoring from the defense and hitting as Steve Webb set the tone. They're 1 win away. It could be tonight. For the Carolina Hurricanes, it's their final game at the RBC Center this season. But for the New York Islanders, it could be the game that makes sure that they play several more as the Islanders and Hurricanes face each other for the 4th and final time, with the Islanders needing just a win to advance to the Stanley Cup playoffs for the 3rd straight year. Hi again, everyone. I'm Howie Rose along with Joe Micheletti. It really is that simple. Win and they're in. Period. Which makes you wonder what they're going through right now just before the game.
You know, the last time these two teams played, the Islanders lost 3-2, but they had a great first period, but they found themselves trailing 2-0. Steve Stirling told his team before this game, let's go out, let's hit, let's get in their way, let's slow them down, and let's us score the first goal of the game and try and score early.
Well, there are still all kinds of possibilities. Remember, the Islanders have not clinched anything yet, so it's not even assured that they'll be in the first round of the playoffs, although they can make sure of that tonight. But, you know, you look at this closely, Joe, and you still can't figure out for certain where they'd go.
No, and there's a 3-point lead over Buffalo. Buffalo's playing tonight at home against the Toronto Maple Leafs. That game starts at 8 o'clock Eastern time. And so for the Islanders, they've been talking in the last month. Steve Stirling has said it. Let's not worry about Buffalo. Let's just keep playing our game, and that's the way to look at it. They've got a 3-point lead. If they win tonight, as you mentioned, Howie, you can forget about Buffalo.
And if they play the way they did against Montreal on Wednesday night, they might not have any problems because they were great.
They came out aggressive, Howie. I mean, everybody was hitting and getting involved in the play. It didn't matter which line it was. They ended up, and Steve Webb was really igniting the crowd at the Coliseum. This is a road game, but it led to this power play for the Islanders. They took advantage of it early after a great play by Kavasha, just attacking the net and finding Hammerlick.
Now, several veteran Islanders are playing their best hockey of the year at the most important time of the season. You think about Michael Pekka and Mark Parrish, which just saw some of what Roman Hammerlick did on Wednesday night against Montreal. There's been a lot more of that lately from Roman.
He is playing a very aggressive game in all aspects of the game. He's aggressive on the offense. He's aggressive on the defense. He's using his stick, defensively, and he's playing in all the key situations, and he's doing the job defensively. He's playing with a great deal of passion and determination. And when he's not playing defensively, he's reading plays like this and getting involved in the offense, where Yashin finds him after he made the defensive play to score the goal against Washington. And then against Montreal, he again finds the opening, goes to the net. Hunter finds it, the quick shot. He puts it in. He had a 2-goal game. So for Roman Hammerlick, his best hockey of the season is happening right now. It's a good time.
Yeah, he had a real slow start.
Often Pietro seemed to be handle those without a problem, and the penalty killers did a nice job in front of him.
So Sketcher will take the draw against Kevin Adams on the overhead board.
It was a very classy thing for the Islanders to do. And the fans acknowledged it, and Peter was clearly moved by that situation.
Well, you just don't see that. It's not the kind of thing that you very often hear about or see in other buildings. When Wesley throws one to the net, not that every coaching change ends with bad feelings or rancor. I mean, it's almost inevitable nowadays, but for a team to pay tribute to its ex-coach, nice thing to see.
Sure is.
All working behind.
This is the rebound. There's the spin and the perfect pass. And DiPietro, he knew where Williams was. He was watching for him. As soon as Williams got the puck, and DiPietro was in perfect position.
Now the Islanders, minute 24 to go to their power play. Work it deep. Kavasha's after it. Wesley on Kavasha, who moves it to the blue line. Johnson, the Kavasha, Yashin center, score! Mariusz Czerkawski on the power play, and the Islanders lead it 1-0.
Now this line last game against Montreal started to attack the net as a threesome. Even strength power play, and they do the same thing here. Good passing from Kavasha to Yashin, and Yashin on the backhand pass. It was perfect to Czerkawski, who was going to the net, going to the front. Here's Czerkawski, and just finishing the play off. So good passing by that threesome, and the backhand pass by Yashin was just perfect. It was a perfect pass, and Czerkawski wasted no time to put it past Weeks. 1-0.
Certainly did not waste any time on that play, but it's been a long time since Mariusz scored. That breaks a 16-game goal-scoring drought for Mariusz Czerkawski. His last goal at Buffalo on the 27th of February. Took him more than a month to get another one. Well, this one was big. Now you go back to that DiPietro save on Williams after the play that Brindamore made shorthanded. So a power play goal puts the Islanders on top. Hunter brings it in. Hunter looks for Scatchard, but Stahl got a stick on it. Scatchard got it back temporarily. But now the Hurricanes trying to move up ice. However, Beta was checked by Trent Hunter. And Hedican has it picked off by Asham. Hedican holds Asham off. Hurricane standing still. Aucoin fires, save, rebound, score! Aucoin gets his own rebound, and it's 2-0 Islanders with 7:03 to go in the first period.
You talk about reading a play. Adrian Aucoin read this one perfectly. He's the weak side defenseman. He saw that that pass was going to come straight up the middle to his side, and instead of falling back, stayed in. There it is. Look at him read it. He tries to put this one through the goaltender. Good save by Weeks, who could not control the rebound. There was so much on the first shot. Weeks just simply couldn't do with the rebound what he wanted to do, and that's put it in the corner. And Aucoin got his own rebound. Huge goal, 2-0.
They're coming from all precincts. An ice-cold Czerkawski and now a red-hot Aucoin. For Adrian Aucoin, his 7th goal in the last 9 games. He went on a streak like this 2 years ago, his first year with the Islanders. It started in mid-season.
Right.
Now he's cranked it up right near the end. Mariusz looks for Pekka, and that sails over the net.
And just like the Montreal game, 2 quick goals to give him the 2-0 lead.
Centering feed for Aucoin, jumping in, was flicked away by Brindamore. Aucoin gets it back, put it in front. Mariusz couldn't reach it, then he goes down. And energy back. Have that 4th line with Papineau, Webb, and Ronnie. After Bullaris, just back from missing a couple games with an injury, makes it 2-1. Big hit by Webb, flattens Williams. And that forces the play offside. 5:12 to go, first period. Islanders up a goal. One period, these are the highlights.
Well, the power play for the Islanders. Beautiful passing here. Kabasha to Yashin. Backhand pass to Czerkawski, who puts it in, and it's 1-0 for the Islanders. And then they get back on the forecheck. Look at the pressure that the Islanders put on. Carolina tries to clear it. Wasacek gets pressure from Hunter. Aucoin reads it perfectly, and on the second try, puts it past Weeks. That took 1 minute, and the Islanders lead 2-0. But a quick response from Carolina, as Jesse Bullaris gets past Alexei Yashin to put it in, and Carolina gets themselves back in the game at 2-1.
All 3 of those goals coming in a span of just 2 minutes and 22 before the Islanders score the power play goal to put them in front. Brindamore does that stuff regularly, and you can make a case. I guess it's only fitting now that Ron Francis is gone. I've always talked about how underrated Francis has been. Truly great player for 20 years. Rod Brindamore is maybe not in that class, but I'd say also rather unappreciated.
Yeah, well, the other thing that's happened is Brindamore's scoring is up lately because he's playing the power play now. Steve Webb, by the way, starts on right wing to start this period along with Pekka and Perry.
Just crunched Brindamore into the boards.
And that's been the key matchup, the Brindamore line against the Pekka line.
Webb just missed most of the hit on Glenn Wesley. You know what Webb's up to here in the opening shift of the second period. Cole slips it ahead for Brindamore. And then Craig Adams fired. Cole gets it back to Brindamore behind the net. Pekka whipped it off of his stick, but Hill pinches. And now Pekka for Hammerlick. The headman not held by Webb. Brett Hedican takes it back. And the Islanders change up a minute into the second period. Here's a lead for Stahl. DiPietro a save. It's loose in front. They score. And the Hurricanes tie it on a goal by Wasacek. The Islanders, I believe, are going to complain perhaps that the net was dislodged before the puck went in, or that perhaps the whistle had blown with the referee having lost sight of the puck.
I don't think the net came off its moorings. The back of the net might have been up, which doesn't mean that the goal will be disallowed. Remember, they changed that about midway through the season. Let's see.
They're pointing to the face-off circle in the Islanders' zone. Now, that would lead you to believe the whistle blew.
Yes. The Islanders get caught on a change here. Great save there. That wasn't it. It wasn't the whistle.
Wow. What a break for the Islanders if that, in fact, is the call. Because clearly, without any doubt, that replay proves the puck was in the net before the whistle blew.
Now the Islanders want the puck dropped as quickly as possible. That's a great save there. Great save. Oh, that surprises me.
Well, they dropped the puck, which negates any potential replay. In other words, the video goal judge, had he not seen that yet, cannot reverse what happened if he were to see it later on. So the Islanders, we saw it and heard it, get a huge break.
I think it's a huge break. I'm still not exactly sure why it was waved off.
At the blue line, Valine, a wrist shot goes wide.
See, those aren't automatically waved off if the net is up in the air like it was.
I think they're saying they blew the whistle, but they got it wrong.
Yeah.
No question they got it wrong.
The whistle after the puck was in the net, in and out.
I mean, to me, that's the only reason that they would go right to the face-off circle down in the Islanders' zone. Williams now with a burst up the right wing. Sharp angle. DiPietro took it away. And now Czerkawski looks for Kavasha. Slips one back. Czerkawski backhands. He scores! And what a king-size turn of events. Czerkawski's second of the game. Islanders 3, Hurricanes 1. And just a couple of seconds ago, it looked as though we had a 2-2 game.
Yeah, this line's skating again. That's what they're doing. They're skating. They're playing with. They have a presence on the ice. Look at Kavasha get in there and get the play going. And Czerkawski goes to the net. Yashin went to the net. And eventually Czerkawski just outweights Kevin Weeks. I mean, all three of the players involved in this play. I mean, it was a beautiful thing to watch. Kavasha skating, Yashin going to the net, Czerkawski going to the net, and it all pays off with the Czerkawski goal.
The Enigma line is hot again. At least they are tonight. I can't think of a better way to phrase with those guys long enough for his teammates to get out, and the play winds up breaking offside.
And now Bularus and Kavasha involved. Well, for Mariusz Czerkawski, be not a bad time for him to get on one of his streaks. Look at the first 16 games, 11. Then he scored 4 in the next 35. Then he 8 and 12. And prior to tonight, none in his last 16. Get hot, Mariusz, get hot.
Add it all up, and he's got a 25-goal season. You know, when you consider that it didn't cost him anything to pick him up. Works in the Islanders' favor, but you're right about that head scratching. You know, a lot of that.
You know, that line. I mean, you take that replay that we showed on the goal from the blue line in, and all three of them were skating, attacking the net, communicating, and it turns into a goal. And the first goal had to get back up and move over. Watch DiPietro get there. He's still on his way over and makes a good save.
Another one there. It's loose. No whistle until now. And Rick covers up.
Yeah, he made a good save the first time. I don't think he saw it, but was in good position to make the save. And then Cole tried to get the rebound and kind of shoveled it back toward DiPietro, who then found it and held on to it. Here it is. And how did he make that save? Then wasn't sure where it was. And then Cole right there kicks it back towards the net. DiPietro covers up.
Off the draw, 20 seconds left to the power play. DiPietro clears himself. We're being told the whistle blew, negating what might have been the game-tying goal because the referee had lost sight of the puck, so that's why he blew the whistle. Mark Parrish in over the line. A whistle and a penalty coming up. Is there unsportsmanlike conduct here? We're getting a dive. I think we're getting 2 penalties.
We are.
There's going to be a dive call.
Rabada goes in for Carolina and Pekka for the Islanders. So the explanation on that non-goal by Carolina was the referee lost sight of it and blew it dead, even though he blew the whistle after the puck was already in and out of the net. So the penalty, Michael Pekka right there, he gets called for the dive. So both he and Rabada go off.
Rabada for hooking, Pekka for diving, and Yashin will come out of the box in 1 second. And the teams will play at full strength. So the Islanders kill another one. 2 in this game, 33 in a row. 8 minutes gone in the second period. Yashin gets in the way of a Hurricanes pass. The Yashin, Czerkawski, Kavasha line, back out. Here's Mariusz. He's got 2 to Aucoin, and that shot missed the net. Now Kavasha throws it in front for Czerkawski, who had a step on Valine. Yashin, Zigomanis get together. Zigomanis broke his stick. And Kavasha, for Minima. Zigomanis without a stick. Kavasha long drive and a kick save made by Weeks. Hurricanes trying to clear. Kavasha put a man down. The puck dug out, taken by Czerkawski. Now for Yashin, he moves up, he shoots, and he scores! Oh, is this line going? Alexei Yashin makes it 4-1 Islanders.
Boy, what a power move by Yashin. And what a nice little pass from Czerkawski. Have we said this before? I mean, what a play. I mean, look at Yashin skating, gets over to help out on the boards. Kavasha is strong on the boards. Watch him go past Wesley. And look at the pass, and how he bites it off and then makes the move in tight. And that's a beautiful goal. Beautiful goal after some great work. Look at Czerkawski. Look at the pass. And then Yashin just simply won't be denied on the play. Won't be denied. And it's 4-1 for the Islanders.
The last man.
So do we.
Yeah. Or anywhere at this point. Just get there. And the last man standing there for Carolina, the man who had broken his stick, Zigomanis. And Alexei Yashin picks up his 14th goal of the year. That line of Yashin, Kavasha, and Czerkawski have been superb. So 4-1 New York. 10:47 to go in the second. Fred Hunter lays it into the corner. Hunter gets it back. Sketcher for Hunter. He moves in. He shoots. He scores. Delayed penalty was in effect, but it doesn't matter now. Fred Hunter makes it 5-1 Islanders.
What a move. What a move by Hunter. A little bit of time. So do we. A little bit of time. And no one on him, and he outweights Kevin Weeks. I mean, this was patience, patience, patience. He waited. He had the puck there. Look at the scoring position he's in. And he waits, and he waits, and he waits, and he finally gets to an area where he can see some daylight on the short side of the net, and he puts it in. Beautiful pass from Sketcher, and then look at the patience. I mean, he just goes past everything, goes past all the traffic, and then puts it in. And the Islanders, 10 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the second period. There's the pass again by Sketcher. What a play. And then Hunter just waits, puts it in past Kevin Weeks. And we've got a goaltending change taking place. And the Islanders, 3 goals here in the second period, now leading them behind the net. Watch Hamrlik. Well, we didn't see it there, but Hamrlik went behind the net and took his man down also.
5-on-3, full 2 minutes for Carolina, but a flub pass by Brindamore.
Oh, in the last game, Carolina they played Boston. They lost 3-2. They had a 5-on-3 for 2 full minutes and did not get a shot.
Tells you how their power play has struggled. Aucoin breaks up a play at the line. That takes care of the first half minute. Aucoin challenges, doesn't get the puck. Now Kavasha to the boards. Cole looked to center. It came to DiPietro, who holds on, and it'll be a face-off deep in the Islanders' zone.
Yeah, I don't think that was a shot either. DiPietro just simply elected to control the puck by the net and take the face-off. It was never a bad play, even though the Islanders have not fared well on face-offs in this game. And so Michael Pekka, who was in the penalty box, gets to come out. And that's a good play by DiPietro. I'm sure he knew that Pekka could not come out of the box until they got a whistle.
So Pekka out for the faceoff. Hurricanes control. Wesley off by Pekka. Put it off his skate and Pekka gets rid of it.
Well, Wesley put it off the linesman. And this is a 5-on-3, and Carolina can't find an open man.
Hill through the middle. Stahl pulls up. Wasacek ties Yashin up. Zigomanis around to the left point. Wesley. 58 to the power play. Wasacek for Stahl. And now Hill sets up Stahl. Hill again. Across to Wesley. Pekka got a stick on that. Zigomanis recovers. 42 to the penalty. Hill to Stahl. Back for Hill. A drive at DiPietro. Got a piece of it. Aucoin with a good hit. And the Islanders clear as Yashin sends it all the way down.
That's just one shot in a minute and 35 seconds.
Hill gets to the red line. And Wesley in. DiPietro cuts it off. Has support from Yashin. He reverses away from a pair of Hurricanes, and it's cleared by Kabasha. Down to 10 on a 5-on-3 Carolina power play. Hill gains the zone. Can't get it past Yashin, and the Islanders are going to kill 2 full minutes of a 2-man disadvantage. And now the Hurricanes ice the puck, and what a job by the Islanders here in the second period. 8:02 remaining in the second. They have opened up a 5-1 lead, needing to win to go to the playoffs. Wide handle, Hunter up front. And now Stahl leans into one. DiPietro saves. Pushed away, but not out. Hill for Wesley, and his shot stick save. DiPietro again with plenty of company in front of him. One man back for the Hurricanes. It's Hunter carrying in. Stahl gets back. Hunter's shot hit Wesley, and Wesley is injured. Wesley has not yet gotten to his feet. No whistle as of yet. Wesley trying to get back up. Aucoin just does hold it in at the line. And he scores! Adrian Aucoin from the blue line. 6-1 New York.
And Winehandle took a swipe at it and might have gotten a piece of it. Winehandle was right in the shooting lane, and Aucoin just flicked it. Urbe hasn't seen any shots since taking the place of Kevin Weeks. Let's see if Winehandle gets a piece of it here. It dipped. Did somebody get it? Maybe it was Hill as well, but it seemed like that puck came down. And whether it was just the knuckleballer by Adrian Aucoin or whether somebody got a piece of it, we'll see. 6-1.
So the Islanders have one-up their performance.
Going in the other way, and Aaron Ward just gets a stick in the skates. But Kabasha eventually back up and on the Islander bench, which is a good sign.
Yeah, he got off on his own, so I don't know whether it was wind or something that he was able to shrug off as the puck flips into the Islander bench. But that is real good news when you consider how those three have come together the last couple of games.
Now the Islanders are missing a player on the bench. I count 19.
That would answer where Aaron Asham's been. Huh? No, they give it to Winehandle.
Now again, that puck went down so fast that Urbe just couldn't react to it.
Sean Hill,
tremendous job. Well, Mariusz Czerkawski had one in the first period, gets one there. Beautiful passing play by that line. They made it look easy. That made it a 3-1 game. And then Alexei Yashin gets into the play. Look at the hard work by this line. Look at the beautiful pass. Czerkawski and Yashin just shrugs off one man, goes to the front of the net, just simply won't be denied. And he puts that one in to make it a 4-1 game. Then Trent Hunter. How about a little patience here? Look at Dave Skaggs with the pass. Beautiful. And Hunter waits. Puts that one in by Kevin Weeks. Past him. Weeks got replaced after that. That made it 5-1. And then Matthias Winehandle in front. Those two clicks you heard, the first one off the defenseman's heel stick. The second one off the stick of Winehandle, who gets credit and should. He deflected it down. Islanders lead it by 5.
Yashin line, each with 3 points. Winehandle, Hunter, Aucoin, 2 each. All brought to you by BMW.
By Adrian Aucoin. That's actually that made it 1-0 or 2-0, I should say. But the Carolina Hurricanes come right back here.
This is Bowler Ice right there. I think that made one of his first goals in the NHL, but that's a good play by him. Good, strong move to the net.
Now watch this play here. The puck goes across the goal, but the net gets pushed up, and Joseph Vasicek, he stuffs it. But they say no goal because the net came up before the puck crosses. Tough call.
That's a strange one right there.
And then Czerkawski comes right back, his second goal of the game.
He got the goalie to really commit on that one, and he had an open net.
And you see the score here now. Islanders 6-1. They just need a win tonight to clinch their playoff berth. Carolina, after that disallowed goal at 4 and answer, that sometimes happens in a game when you know the tables turn quickly, and that certainly has happened in Carolina tonight.
Well, it sounds like the Islanders are playing a pretty solid game. They're taking advantage of every opportunity that they've had, and it's disappointing from our end, but you know they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do.
Third period, the Islander lead is 6-2. And there'll be a face-off deep in the New York zone. Adrian Aucoin, his second 2-goal game. In the recent past, he had 2 against the Philadelphia Flyers in Philadelphia a week ago yesterday.
And it's the first time in his career that he has surpassed. Heads him off. Watch when he dives. I mean, he gets the puck. It was close. Whether he got the puck or whether he got the legs first. But Cole is going to get the penalty shot against DiPietro.
More drama than the Islanders had planned on, leading 6-1. It's now 6-3 with 5:46 left in the third. And here comes Cole looking to close the gap. DiPietro comes out, and Cole misses the net. DiPietro may have gotten a piece of it, but the shot goes wide, and Cole fails to convert the penalty shot. The Islanders maintain their 3-goal lead.
Now, he wanted for DiPietro to make the move, and DiPietro wouldn't move. Stayed with him. See that little fake? Little fake by Cole. He tried to get DiPietro to commit himself, and DiPietro just stayed with it. Forced him to shoot wide.
Did not look like... Oh, their net is empty. Hill a shot. DiPietro the same, and he holds on with 13.8 seconds remaining in the third period.
You had to say that at the beginning of the period, didn't you? You had to bring up that Washington game a couple years ago.
I did not.
5-1 and then 5.
You're wrong.
You had to do that.
But I said that in the last period.
Oh, is that when it was?
Yeah.
Oh, my apologies.
It's recognizing a storyline early.
Sorry.
Watching it develop. 13.8 to go. Islanders control. Pekka clears. Final 8 seconds immaterial as Mark Parrish takes a hit behind the net. But now it is assured that the New York Islanders are headed to the playoffs for the 3rd consecutive season.
You know, Howie, I think back to about a month ago when Michael Pekka was asked a question about backing into the playoffs, and he said it's not even on our minds this year. He said we're gonna win our games, we're gonna do our thing. And he led the way, didn't he? I mean, this team has won 8 of their past 11 games, and yet it wasn't easy. And give credit to the Buffalo Sabres for putting that kind of pressure on the Islanders. And congratulations to Steve Stirling in his first year as the head coach and his new assistant coaches. It wasn't easy, but they played well coming down the stretch. They got big performances out of different people throughout, including Rick DiPietro, who just kept playing game after game after game, and grew up this year as a goaltender and goes into the playoffs playing well.
You know what? Grab your preseason publications and roll in the tapes of some of the preseason prognostication shows, and you won't find a whole lot of people who pick the Islanders to get to the playoffs this year.
Very few. Very few.
But the Islanders have done it. Steve Stirling, in his first year as head coach, has his team preparing now for postseason play. And the big difference between this year and last, as you alluded to a moment ago, is the way the Islanders are going in. This was their 8th win in the last 11 games after downright backing in last year.
Yeah, and you know, and Mike Milbury, remember what he said at the trade deadline. not going to do much. I'm going to let this group grow. I'm going to see what we've got here. I'm going to let them prove that, that they've been getting better as a team, and we're going to see what we do, and see how they react. And they've reacted very positively. And if they can keep Yashin, Czerkawski, and Kvasha playing at the level they played the last 2 games, in particular this game, you add that to the mix and give them another threat, and it makes this team that much better.
Michael Peck has raised his game. Mark Mariusz has been hot. The defense contributing offensively, so a lot of components have come together at the right time. And now the Islanders know they are playoff bound. Their 6-4 win tonight locks that up.
Early. First power play for the Islanders, and they move the puck around beautifully. Kvasha, and then this one later on that line again, moving the puck, getting to the opening, attacking the net. And Czerkawski, you can see his excitement. That goal right there made it a 3-1 game for the Islanders, and they got a little bit of breathing room back. But again, to sit back and watch that line play the way they played tonight, and it started in the Montreal game where they showed some signs of that. They scored a power play goal there. But to see them, the way they skated tonight, they got the open ice, they moved the puck around, and they finished. I mean, if they can keep that going into the playoffs, this team will be much more dangerous.
And there's another hot shooter for the Islanders. He is on defense. Adrian Aucoin, his second 2-goal game in just over a week.
Now, every game, this team is getting production from the defense. There it is. He reads that perfectly. Tries to put this one through. Kevin Weeks gets his own rebound and put that one in. And that, for the Islanders, made it a 2-0 game. Then later on, this goal here looked like it was redirected in, but they changed it. Aucoin gets credit for it, so that's his second goal of the game. But the defense is getting more involved in the offense now, and they're getting contributions from many different people.
And you've got to feel a lot better about this team going into the playoffs this year than you did a year ago when they really struggled down the stretch. And one reason tonight, the work of Alexei Yashin.
No, he just seems to be getting the last, again, couple games, he seems to have his confidence back. And look at his work ethic. He worked to help get that puck free. And then this one here shows patience when he gets it, feels some pressure from behind on the play, and yet held on, made the good move, waited, and then put the puck in. And that looks like one of those old Alexei Yashin goals when he was in top physical condition and playing with confidence.
So the Islanders should have confidence now as this season winds down. They clinch a playoff spot tonight by beating the Hurricanes 6-4. Yeah, well, could be Tampa Bay. Could be a few other places. The events of the next few days will dictate that. But a fast start is what they were looking for. A fast start is what they got, as they built a 6-1 lead on this Carolina team and had to hold on at the end and win 6-4. One more game in the regular season that comes up on Sunday. We'll see you at the Coliseum for an afternoon game, beginning with Geico Islanders game night, matinee edition at 12:30, available at HDTV only on cable. Our producer, Kevin Meininger. Our director, Larry Roth. The man who rolls in the replays regularly is Charlie Cucciara, and the graphics handled beautifully as always by Peter McEvely. Our executive producer is Leon Schweier. And so, for Joe Micheletti and our entire Fox Sportsnet crew, I'm Howie Rose, wishing you a pleasant good night.
And the Canes, first period, knotted at O's. Isles on the power play. Kenny Janssen to Ole Kvasha to Mariusz Czerkawski, and he'll beat Kevin Weeks for his 24th goal of the year, 1-0 New York. That's the early. Here comes the often. Exactly 1 minute later, Adrian Aucoin banging in his own rebound. Scored up, number 11 for him, 2-0. Most dangerous lead in hockey. Here's why. Josef Vasicek outworks Aucoin. And eventually, Jesse Bulleris gets it, beats Rick DiPietro for the Canes' first goal. It is 2-1. Second period, more Isles effort. Czerkawski to Kvasha. Dumps it for Czerkawski, who backhands it by Weeks for his second goal of the night. 3-1. They weren't done yet. Kvasha with the effort, digging it out. He'll get it to Czerkawski, ahead for Yashin. For Alexei Yashin, his 14th of the year. The third goal for that line on the night made it 4-1. And just less than a minute later, Dave Scatchard finds Trent Hunter, waits, scores. His 25th of the year, made it 5-1. And oh yeah, break out the horns. Nothing better. We're ready for the postseason. Out with the old and with the new. Here comes Arturs Irbe between the pipes for Carolina. Erik Cole with a breakaway chance. Kenny Janssen bringing him down. And that's going to result in the penalty shot. So rack them up. Here we go. Coles v. DiPietro. Coles v. DiPietro. Not even close. Misses everything, including the playoffs. Isles don't. They win. 6-4 was your final. So the Islanders are headed back to the playoffs, their third straight showing in the postseason. The Islanders qualified for the postseason in 3 straight years for the first time since a 14-year run from 75 to 88. 2 goals from Czerkawski, 2 from Aucoin helped in their effort. For Aucoin, his 8th goal in his last 9 games. Isles finished out the season against the Flyers on Sunday. So yes, the Islanders are in. It's been a rough stretch, but one that's made their coach pretty happy.
When it's all over and done with, you don't see it yet. I'm happy, but more important, I'm happy for the 24 guys in that room, because they didn't need to hear from anybody that they backed in or didn't get in. They didn't need to hear it. They needed to win their way in, and they did. So I'm happy for them.
So here's how they stand in the NHL's Eastern Conference. The playoff positions are set. The Islanders could conceivably affect their seed with a win in their final game and a Montreal loss. They trail Montreal by 1 point. Both teams have 1 game remaining. But that big, thick white line is set in stone now between the Islanders and the Buffalo Sabres. The Isles have eliminated Buffalo mathematically. They are in the playoffs for the 3rd straight season. All that we have left to find out is who they play in the first round, and it could very well be the Tampa Bay Lightning.